Drone captures mysterious figure in the sky. Zombie catfish. The catfish can be seen breathing for the first time through its mouth after water was poured on top of its body. The extraordinary incident was shared on Reddit and it has since gone viral. The fish was an air-breathing sucker-mouth catfish, also known as the common pleco, a species that developed an ability similar to a hibernation-like mode. That means the fish could survive under dried hardened mud for months, even with no access to water, not until the rain arrives. Plecos are extraordinary fish because they can live up to 30 hours outside water as long as they have enough oxygen in their abdomens. They are adaptable, weigh up to 3 pounds, and rely on their accessory organ, like a gill cavity that allows the fish to breathe air. The gills are used for respiration both in water and on the surface to breathe air when less oxygen is present in the water. A ghost in a white dress. The black-eyed children of Cannock Chase Forest in Staffordshire, England, are rumored to be the ghosts of those who succumbed to a diphtheria outbreak in the 1800s. They're also said to be victims of Raymond Morris, who took the lives of several children in the 1960s. Cannock Chase is supposedly rife with paranormal activity, and a quadcopter drone may have recorded one of the Cannock Chase ghosts as it flew past. See how quickly you can spot the young girl in the white dress. Vanuatu volcano. Getting up close shots of the fiery interior of a volcano's glowing lava lake is impossible, right? Wrong. Thanks to a special heat suit and some pretty advanced technology, an intrepid adventurer has captured Ambrum Volcano's raging depth on camera. This incredible footage documents Sam Kosman and his team's harrowing journey into the Marum crater, one of only 7 lava lakes on the planet. It's located on the remote island of Ambrum in the Republic of Vanuatu. In 2014, 33-year-old Sam left his home in San Francisco, California to fulfill his dream as a digital storyteller and tech explorer. Sam and his team used high-tech drones, virtual reality cameras, and biometric wearable sensors to learn more about the geology of such an extreme environment. The project was funded by iPhone accessory company Kinu.com and had a crew of experts including volcanic explorer Brad Ambrose, award-winning videographer Connor Tumerkeen, drone pilot Simon Jardine, and PhD astrobiologist Dr. Jeff Marlowe. The team created the first ever 3D scale model of a volcano and lava lake. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. A creepy abandoned building. In an award-winning video, filmmaker Lucas Luenda uses a GoPro attached to a drone to explore the nooks and crannies of some forsaken, spooky place. It's actually not entirely clear what the building was before it fell into disrepair. It looks like it could have been a factory, but then other areas seem like classrooms and things of that sort. Nature has taken over some spots, and greenery flourishes next to broken concrete and tagged walls. It's quite eerie, and that's even in broad daylight. Just imagine how terrifying this place would look in the dark. A shark catching its prey. Sharks have officially been scary since 1975. Before that, they were merely unofficially scary. People film them all the time, but drone footage from the Discovery Channel is a whole nother level of creepy. A crew of researchers uses a drone to film sharks from above due to the water being cloudy and captures one doing what sharks are best at, getting ready to eat. Seen from above, the shark hunts for seals, which normally hide near the rocks close to the shore to avoid this very situation. However, due to a high tide, the shark can maneuver the rocks easily. The film crew can tell what's going on from the shark's behavior, and they brace themselves for marine predator lunchtime theater. A seal, seemingly unable to detect the shark's very close proximity, swims directly toward its hungry enemy. Within seconds, the shark darts forward and attacks, and moments later, blood surrounds the two in the water. It then begins shaking the seal, and though the experts in the crew assure us the seal was probably already dead, it's still very sobering to see, especially since the animals had no idea they were being watched, and the crew wasn't in any danger of being eaten themselves. A friendly neighborhood cornfield clown. What this cornfield needs is a really freaky clown to just stand around for no real reason, actually. Said no one ever. And yet, here we are. In this video, a young pilot was doing a flyover of a large cornfield when he spotted something bright orange. He takes a closer look at what appears to be a creepy scarecrow, which then turns to look at the drone. Scarecrows don't move, right? Instead of being a regular thing to scare birds away, it's a human being who will scare anything away. Someone dressed in a clown mask with a bright orange shirt is just hanging out in the cornfield. The clown is alerted to the drone's presence and actually books it, which makes you wonder just what he was up to down there anyway. The clown flees into some woods, and the pilot, presumably not wanting to try to navigate through low-hanging trees, opts not to follow. Creepiest of all, when he flies the drone back to where he's at, he's not all that far away from where the clown vanished. In reality, this could be a setup. The clown could be a friend of the pilot's, and they planned the whole thing. But even if that's the case, the video is still effective at ensuring you'll never sleep within several square miles of a cornfield ever again. A huge forest fire. We typically see dozens of forest fires threatening people and property every year now, and they get larger and larger to boot. While there's never a shortage of video of wildfires, they're often taken from the ground or from a helicopter, which naturally can't get too close. Enter drones. While they might have similar problems to helicopters, like choppy air and visibility issues, they can get closer and still be far safer than a helicopter full of people. In this clip, it looks like a standard nature video until the drone flies above the tree line, where you can see smoke on the horizon. When the drone moves in for a closer look, though, you get a sense of the breadth of the fire. A huge swath of trees burns and the smoke fills the air. While the scale of this particular fire is not as big as some of the wildfires we've seen on the West Coast in recent years, it still looks enormous, and gives a sense of scale for those massive fires. While these drone operators did specifically go out to film this fire, that's probably not the wisest idea, and you shouldn't get close to large fires of any kind. Don't wreck your drone, endanger yourself, or get in the way of firefighting efforts, kids. The aftermath of a tsunami. On September 28, 2018, a 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck near the Indonesian island of Sulawesi. While the earthquake did minimal damage, it triggered what was thought to be a small tsunami. Shortly after the tsunami, experts found that in Palu, the capital of Central Sulawesi province, waves reached 20 feet, more than double the initial estimates, according to Scientific American. Central Sulawesi is located on a very long and narrow bay, only about 20 miles wide, so the tsunami moved quickly through the area, sweeping across the land and dragging tons of rubble directly into the ocean on the other side of the bay. The ground also became heavily saturated, leading to large mudslides that only added to the destruction. In total, the tsunami, one of the largest to hit Indonesia in more than a decade, killed over 4,300 people. Within days of the disaster, drone footage of the city began to emerge. Seeing the ruin from above, you can understand the scope of what happened. Bridges lay collapsed, houses are little more than debris, and some areas are still underwater. Then, of course, there are the people of Palu as they prepared to rebuild their city. So this brings us to the end of our video, and until next time, goodbye!